Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of March 18th, 2015. So let's get right into it. It's actually not really that big of a week, which is a little scary because I think there's 3 more weeks left in this month. So that's going to be a lot of fucking books coming out, crammed in those last few weeks. So, yeah, or 2 more weeks, sorry, but there'll be a lot crammed in there. So let's get to it. So first up is probably the best Stewart book on Batgirl, which is Batgirl Endgame, one-shot. I actually decided to pick this up because it looks like the best Stewart-written Batgirl title because there's barely any dialogue, narration boxes, anything. It's like just art. So this looks to be probably the best Batgirl issue by far since Gail Simone's run ended. So yeah, Batgirl Endgame one-shot. Then next up we have Batman Eternal number 50, which for those of you keeping score, we have 2 more issues left, which means Convergence is almost upon us. I seriously need to get caught up with this title. This is 5 issues behind now. Just been really busy, but hopefully I'll be able to get caught up and get Batman Eternal and the other weeklies all read and done before Convergence starts. So we'll see. Next up is Batwoman number 40. Enjoying Batwoman, so it's a good book. I think this is the last issue. I don't think she's getting a title after Convergence, so it's kind of sad to see it go. But what can you do? So we'll see if Batwoman returns at all after Convergence, or soon, or at any point. Then next up we have Earth 2 World's End number 24. Still enjoying the weekly titles, so on and so forth, but I'm behind. Just been a lot of stuff going on, so I haven't been able to stay caught up and current with those. But hopefully I can do that before Convergence. Then next up we have Ivar Time Walker number 3. This is one of the Valiant books, newer titles. I've been enjoying it. It's really good, fun read. Time travel and all that stuff, and they go back to kill Hitler because apparently everyone who, figures out time travel or time travels wants to go back and kill Hitler, thinking it'll make it a difference. So we'll see what happens with that. But Ivar Time Walker. Next up is the New 52 Futures End. This is number 46. Looks like Batman Beyond, what I don't remember his name ever, and Plastique are getting a little close there. I mean, they've already gotten close. So this is just a little bit more, craziness. But we'll see where Futures End takes us. But I've been enjoying it so far. But again, behind, need to desperately get caught up. Next up we have Kirkman's Outcast. This is Outcast number 7. Outcast is okay. I've been enjoying it for the most part. Kind of just a really solid book every month it comes out. But the story is still a little kind of up in the air. I'm not sure where it's going with the whole exorcism thing. But for the most part, enjoying it. And I do recommend it if you're looking for something different, kind of horror-ish and all that. So, Outcast number 7. Then next up on my pull list is Trinity of Sin number 6. Not necessarily the best book out there. I think this is the last issue. It's not really going to continue after this. So it's most likely going to end up on my eBay page for sale for the set. So if you're curious about it, check out my eBay page. Every so often I do throw stuff up there that I've finished reading that I'm no longer interested in. So yeah, but Trinity of Sin number 6. So that's it for my pull list, but I did end up getting one of the variant covers that we got in that came out a couple weeks or a week or 2 ago, I don't remember. It's the Matrix cover for Detective Comics. This is for the DC movie poster variant month. So yeah, so I like this one, so I picked it up. A whole bunch of them finally came in, and I mean, I think like Justice League United had Mars Attacks one. Teen Titans this week I know has the Outsiders one. Supergirl's like Wizard of Oz. Trying to think of the other ones. But if you like the movies that they're the movie posters or the movies themselves that they're kind of paying homage to, then yeah, go ahead and grab them. But otherwise, it's really, I mean, it's not something that you absolutely need to have. So, and then finally, we did end up getting our last Harley Quinn variant this week for Superman number 39. So yeah, so Superman 39, the final Harley Quinn variant. So today I was actually working at the shop, packaging up all of the pre-orders for all of the variant covers for Harley Quinn. So to those of you who ordered through us, thank you for ordering the sets. And I did get them put in the mail, and they're out today, except for the international one that hopefully will go out tomorrow. But Ryan has to take care of that, so if he doesn't, yell at him. So that's it for my pull list. These are the titles that I brought home for my collection to make it grow and all that fun stuff. So next up is my read list. These are titles I'm reading to kind of stay current and just kind of knowledgeable on a bunch of titles. All New Captain America, number 5. That's first up on the list. And it's been okay. Remender's the art is definitely makes it a step up. Remender's story is okay. We'll kind of see where Falcon as Cap goes. Definitely not as strong as Brubaker's Winter Soldier taking over the Shield thing, but what can you do? Then next up we have a Black Vortex chapter. This is all new X-Men number 39. This is Black Vortex chapter 5. Black Vortex hasn't really been that impressive. It's, hey, there's a mirror. It shows your potential. And if you look in it, you turn into this kind of souped up version of yourself. And apparently, like, one at a time, everyone's getting souped up, and all the people who are souped up are like, oh, we need the mirror, and showing everybody. And then the people who aren't souped up are like, no, we're going to keep the mirror from you, and we're going to hide it, and all. I don't know. We'll see if Chapter 5 makes it any better. Amazing Spider-Man 16.1. This is not a Dan Slott story, so I'm curious to see if Marvel's going to continue with this kind of, oh, let's do 16.1, 0.2, 0.3 is kind of a segue story. I really wish they would just kind of throw these in to the actual Amazing Spider-Man series like they did when Brand New Day was going on, where it was different creative teams, different artists and writers on story arcs and stuff, but the editors kept the book solid and just really, really good read overall. So I'm curious to see if Marvel's just using kind of this .1 to kind of, oh, we're going to tell a segmented story or another side story by a different creative team, but we still want you to buy the Dan Slott stuff. So we'll see. Next up is Mark Millar and Sean Murphy's Chrononauts, number 1 from Image. Ryan Higgins is going to hate this because it's by Mark Millar. I'm curious to see what it is. I'll sometimes give Mark Millar's books a try. Miles per Hour was okay, or MPH was okay, but we'll see how far Chrononauts takes me. Then next up we have the Chapter 6 for the Black Vortex in a book that is complete and utter abysmal garbage. I read the first issue and didn't need to read any more issues, but because it's a Black Vortex chapter, I'm going to have to read it. But it's Guardians Team Up number 3. I was curious to know if this. I asked Ryan if this book was weekly, and he says not supposed to be, but apparently, like, it's coming out weekly. I don't know. But Guardians Team Up. If you didn't have enough Guardians books, they're going to cram some more down your throat. Yay. Next up is another number 1 from Image. This one is Invisible Republic. There was a small preview in the back of a couple Image books, I think, on this, space stuff. I'm curious to see, maybe it wasn't a preview, it was an ad. But I'm curious to see what this one's all about. A couple of the Image titles that have come out recently are very interesting, and I'm going to try and follow them as long as possible. So, if this is at your shop, you feel curious, pick it up. If you like it, tell your shop that you want it, and keep those numbers up for the issue 2, 3, and 4, and so on and so forth. Because a lot of times those numbers fall drastically off after the number 1s. Another one from Image, number 1, is Red One. This is by Xavier Dorson, and with art by Terry and Rachel Dodson. There is another book by them coming up right after this. Hopefully the art in this is decent. I normally really like Dodson's artwork, but in the Princess Leia book, issue 1, it was seemed very rushed and not complete, and just overall didn't add anything to the book. And the story on Princess Leia was okay. So I mean, Star Wars was amazing. Darth Vader was okay. Princess Leia is probably the worst one. But I'm jumping ahead to the book I'm going to do next. But Red One looks interesting. I'm curious to see what this is all about. You know, gotta love the artwork. So we'll see if it's solid. So next up, we have number 2 for Star Wars Princess Leia, or just Princess Leia. I filed this under Star Wars Princess Leia just because they put the title on it. But yeah, so hopefully the artwork seems a little bit cleaner, not as rushed, something more, you know, just substantial in this issue. I was not impressed with the first issue's artwork, so we'll see where it goes from there. And then finally on the read list for stuff that I was able to take home, I did get a regular copy of Superman 39 to check out. This is Johns' last issue. Issue 40 hopefully will be out this week, or this month I should say, to finish off Superman before Convergence starts. But we'll see. I know that Romita Jr. is doing issue 40 by himself. Johns isn't writing it. So we'll see where that goes. The artwork in this is abysmally horrible because it's Romita Jr. And the story hasn't been that great. So it's probably one of the weakest John stories I've read in a long time, which is kind of disappointing because I really enjoy Johns' work. But what can you say? Next up, the stuff I wasn't able to take home this week, but hopefully we'll get a chance to check out, is Black Widow 16, Moon Knight number 13, Punisher 16, Green Lantern New Guardians number 40, Cowl number 9, 8 is a Dark Horse title number 2. 8 number 1 was pretty interesting, so I'm gonna give 8 number 2 a try. That's 8EIGHT as the title of the book, where the G is like an infinity sign. Spread number 6 is out. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to read that one, because we only get one shelf copy, and normally that goes. And then the other thing was Zero number 15. That's an Image book. It's okay. If you're on my blog, and you actually see the Amazon ads, a big omnibus came out today that I highly recommend everyone get, even though I haven't myself read these books. They've been talked about so much that it's on my list of stuff to read, and that's the Avengers, Busiek and Kurt Busiek and George Perez. Drink up. Omnibus number 1. Retails for $125. I think on Amazon you can pick it up for $102 right now. I think that's on pre-order for Amazon because we get it before they do because we're special. So yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this week. Not really anything else memorable. Deadly Class trade comes out. A Lazarus trade comes out. A couple of DC trades come out, but nothing substantial. So I'm curious to see how big the next 2 weeks are for books. So if you're kind of like always worried about that stuff, it's probably going to be the next 2 weeks that are going to be like stockpiled with a bunch of books. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager, and you can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy, which we record Tuesday nights. We post that up Tuesday nights or Wednesday mornings if you just want to wait until the morning to listen to that. We just finished recording episode 201, where we actually get into a fairly long discussion, even though we didn't want to, on that Batgirl variant cover for issue 41 for Joker Month. It's really sad to see a really good piece of art getting taken off because people don't understand things. Yeah, so you can help support us and myself a little bit through Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/comicconspiracy to help us out there. You can join and check out stuff there. You can listen to the podcast at thegeekbox.com, or sorry, geekbox.net. Screw that up. I'm really, really tired. It's an odd week. I'm gonna get through. Okay. Anything else I need to tell you? Thank you for watching again. Yeah, not much else. I know. Oh, that's the thing, is a lot of stuff's coming up pretty soon. I know Emerald City is at the end of the month. Charlie is going to that. Hopefully next year I'll be able to go. we have April coming up, which is their big sale at the Comic Conspiracy. So if you're in the Sunnyvale Bay Area or Bay Area locale, come check us out. That's the weekend of April 11th. It starts Friday. I think that's the 10th. I'm not sure. I'll have more details as it goes on. And then Big Wow Comic Con in San Jose is the next weekend on the 18th. So we'll be doing we'll have a booth there. So if you're around, come say hi. We'll be selling a ton of cheap comic books, quarter books. I don't know if they're quarter or 50-cent books. I don't know what we're going to charge yet. But yeah, we're going to have a ton of stuff. We do it every year. So, and then Avengers 2 is going to be coming out. Woohoo! Not to mention that April is going to have the release of Daredevil on Netflix, which I'm going to check out. But yeah, so much going on, so much to read, so much to watch. It's just, so overwhelming. So, good luck. Get down to your local comic store and get those titles that you're checking out. And don't forget, there are a couple #1s, so if you're curious, flip through, see if there's anything you might be interested in, pick it up, check it out. And if you do like it, let your shop know that you want to keep getting it so that they order it for you accordingly. So, thank you again for watching, and I will see you next week.